I think a lot of us can agree that the country of Russia is really not doing that great recently. There is less and less freedom of speech, you cannot protest at all, the police is everywhere, and leaders of Russian opposition such as Alexei Navalny are gone. And it seems like at this point there is almost no hope for Russia. Well guys, what if I told you that is actually not true, because the legendary Russian propaganda Z singer SHAMAN has recently announced a massive protest in Moscow and even recorded a video in which he stood on a red square in front of the Kremlin with a Russian flag, protesting the terrible crackdown on the freedom of speech in the United States of America. This sounds a lot like that classic Reagan joke about how America is democratic because it can criticize the American presidents, and the Soviet Union is also democratic because you also can criticize the American presidents. But basically, if you guys are missing out on context, recently I made a video in which I talked about how Russian propaganda singers such as SHAMAN, Oleg Gazmanov, Polina Gagarina, etc. got sanctioned by the European Union and actually got all of their music deleted from YouTube and Spotify. Obviously, this created a lot of discussion in Russia, and SHAMAN, the author of the legendary song Ya Ruski, also got pretty annoyed at this situation. What is up guys, it is your boy Roman, your favorite neighborhood Russian, and in today's video we are going to be talking about the recent protest concert that was thrown by the Russian singer SHAMAN right next to the embassy of the United States in Moscow, Russia. Which might be by far one of the most surreal and one of the most Z events that I've ever seen in my entire life, so and as a long-time SHAMAN enthusiast, I obviously have to talk about this. Oh, and by the way guys, quickly before we proceed, you guys might notice that there's some additional aura in this video, and that is not because of SHAMAN, but actually because of this little fellow right here. This right here is the Gopnik plushie 2.0 that I just dropped in collaboration with Makeship. So yes, it is essentially a plush toy that is inspired by the legendary post-Soviet hoodlum character Gopnik. They're out for a limited time, they're out right now, and if you get one, you not only get a cool Soviet souvenir, but also, you get to support your boy. And you get to buy him an AC, because I'm fucking dying right now. So yes, buy my Gopnik plushie, or else I'm gonna take your sunflower seeds away.
Привет, Россия! Это Шаман. Как вы знаете, недавно Америка заблокировала мой YouTube-канал просто за то, что я русский. И сегодня вечером я готов им на это ответить. Они хотят стереть, удалить мои песни, которые полюбили миллионы людей. Но вы знаете, что нас не запретить, у них не получится это сделать, как бы они ни старались, потому что мы одна семья, мы едины, мы правда и сила, мы Россия.
Oh my god, this is one of the greatest videos. One of the funniest fucking videos I've ever seen. He's dropped this yesterday. Essentially, yes, we can see here he is on a red square. He's standing with the Russian flag, looking very determined, looking like a proper, member of the SS, which has been his look for a while now. He's been wearing these like arm patches with all leather black and this undercut. I mean, he clearly knows what he looks like, okay?
Америка заблокировала мой YouTube-канал просто за то, что я русский.
Yes, his channel has been banned for the reason that he is Russian. This is like a running gag for him now. He's already posted this before, saying «Меня включили в санкционный список ЕС, потому что я русский». Мой YouTube-канал заблокировали, потому что я русский. And he's essentially doing it once again here, and just watch him in this video. It's so obvious that he's like taking the piss. He knows that this looks ridiculous. It's almost a joke for him. I wonder what he's really thinking.
Сегодня вечером в 21:00 увидимся у американского посольства. Покажем им. И поверьте, скоро нас всех ждет победа.
Oh my god, bro. Mom said it's my turn on the Xbox, looking ass. What a character. One thing you guys need to realize, right, is that this entire thing is fake. They've built a stage for him. They did some anti-American pictures nearby. The entire area was essentially, guarded by police, and the police was actually there before SHAMAN arrived, before the event was even announced. So, you guys just need to understand one thing about Russia. In Russia, you don't get to throw a protest on a whim just because you feel like it. You don't get to record videos in the front of the red square with the Russian flag because you'll immediately get like arrested or detained or something because you're doing it without approval or whatever. It looks like a protest, kind of. And also in Russia, in order to have a protest, you need to file like a request to the local governments so that they give you approval so that you can actually have a protest at this designated location. And obviously they never give approval to anything anti-governmental. But if it's shaman mentioning on a whim that everybody should come over to 9 p.m. to the American embassy, of course, they'll build an entire stage for him and have the entire area fucking watched over by police. And you know what I'm saying? This entire thing is fucking fake. And all of this was also posted by Russian media. So no, this is not like actual super fans of Shaman who are like super upset about this coming over. Most of the people who attended were basically fake too. So here you can see the crowd that came over to see Shaman. As far as I understand, these people right here, all middle-aged women, which fits exactly with Shaman's target demographic. I've already said that he's like a sex symbol for middle-aged women and babushkas in Russia now. These are people apparently from his VK social page. And here it says, "No YouTube, we're not afraid. Our address is VK Shaman. I'm Russian, I go until the end." The quote from the song "Я русский." "And the entire world is looking as we are taking a step." I guess that's also a lyric, but yes, the entire world is looking at you taking a step off the fucking cliff. And then it says VK is with Russia, VK is with Shaman. So these are his Russian Karen groupies, essentially. So yeah, they've got the merch and everything, a bunch of signs also saying that they're from the fan group of Shaman. Shaman forever. This is probably that kid. This is probably that kid but grown up. Or whatever, I don't know. So yes, there were actually some genuine fans of Shaman at this protest concert. But most of the crowd was basically composed of either students that got paid or Nod, which is like a Russian QAnon. I'm gonna explain it in a second. So let's look at this video here.
Зачем мы сегодня пришли?
Вы знаете, в первую очередь, потому что я считаю себя русским. Я говорю на русском, мне снятся сны на русском. Знаете, совершенно не важно, как я выгляжу. И если у меня паспорт Израиля, друзья, душой я русский.
What? Why did he say that? Who was pulling his leg to say that? Is that relevant to anything? Yaguski? Oh my fucking god. But he's clearly being ironic too, you can see.
Зачем мы сегодня пришли на концерт?
Я пришел сюда, чтобы поддержать моего любимого исполнителя Шамана. Я считаю, то, что с ним произошло, это беспредел. И мы должны сегодня показать Америке, что мы не пустое место.
Это, блядь, вот этот нахуй слава КПСС фейс, блядь, это меня пиздец бесит. Я не знаю, как это объяснить. Это даже никто не поймет, кроме каких-то русских, кроме 3, блядь, человек, которые это смотрят. Look, this guy is obviously being ironic and snide. He's realizing that this looks ridiculous. Let's keep watching, okay?
Почему именно посольство США выбрали для локации?
Ну, потому что, наверное, YouTube — это американская компания. Поэтому сюда и пришли. Да.
So what can I say by looking at this? Classic example of a pro-Kremlin student that is paid to attend these kind of fucking rallies. This has been happening for fucking ages now in Russia. And you guys might say, Roman, you're schizo. Here you go. There's a video right here of students walking out right from the building of the Moscow State University, I'm pretty sure this is. You see tons of students are essentially walking out with Russian flags that they were given specifically for this event, so, you know, give the allure of patriotism and everything. And you guys might ask, you know, what these students are in for? Well, essentially they're in just to skip a lesson. They were probably like, today instead of math analysis, whatever the fuck, you're gonna have to, you know, hang out, listen to Shaman for a little bit. Everybody's like, haha, you know, Shaman is a meme, he's funny, sure. Plus they're given fucking flags. And they just go in there to create this image of overwhelming support. This is something that happened at like Russian propaganda concerts. We would see a lot of people with like the Russian flags and everything waving them, but then when the concert ends, you would see immediately a ton of these Russian flags dropped in a dumpster. It's an incredible visual metaphor, isn't it, for everything that is happening in Russia today. But yeah, when it comes to these kind of sleazebags, it's basically pro-Kremlin student kids that are funded by Kremlin's youth associations. We call them nashisti because there was a movement in Russia called Nashi, which was like a Kremlin's youth movement essentially. They were always the kind of people to create fake crowds at governmental rallies and stuff. So yes, this entire fucking thing is a psyop. But also, like another said, another major group that was present in this, something that I described as the Russian QAnon kind of. I want to show you this video and then I'll explain it. Shaman goes hard, bro. You see these people with the St. George's ribbon flags here, and they have some text with like Putin's face on it and stuff like that? These people right here. Essentially what these people are is a Russian organization called Национально-освободительное движение, and it's essentially a far-right, conspiratory, pro-governmental, kind of super pro-Kremlin, pro-Z organization of essentially complete schizos. And their entire shtick is that Russia, since after the Soviet Union has fallen, it is actually under the occupation of the United States or whatever, and that we should give more power to Vladimir Putin as the head of state to remove Russia from the American occupation or whatever. So essentially they're an absolutely insane kind of QAnon-like cult, but they're also used by the government because they absolutely coincide with the governments in everything. And they support the government in everything they do. So this node group is always approved for protests and everything. You can see them a lot of the time on the streets of your city, standing there, spewing nonsense and, you know, being super Z and patriotic and everything. And yes, these people also participate in events such as, you know, Shaman's brand new protest. In fact, they even brought this car right here next to the American embassy, which is known as the Sarmat Mobile. Sarmat is a reference to a Russian nuclear warhead, I believe. And right here it has a nuclear warhead that says, bring back target practices to Washington. So essentially they're saying that we should nuke America. Here's another view of the car. Once again, you see the St. George's ribbon and the Soviet flag and the nuclear warheads. So yes, the crowd at Shaman's event was basically students, schizos, and people who were paid. And a few fans too. And actually right here you can see before Shaman even arrived and before the protest started, there were, yeah, you see here's the stage. And they were basically projecting the flag of Russia onto the American embassy. Epic ownage right there. Here's a bit more of the atmosphere. These people are so lost. It's crazy. Sure, let's keep fucking jumping on the Russian anthem's grave. Although, let's be honest, it's the Soviet anthem. So it's not a great fucking thing to begin with, but it's a cool melody. It sounds dope. I like it, but I also don't. They're also listening to this song right here a lot. Fucking hate this song, bro. This is another Z bullshit song, by the way, that's going viral right now in Russia. It's basically like this super gross, like stereotypical image of like the old Rus or whatever, and she's like singing about hugging birch trees in the woods or some bullshit. And the chorus is, Mother Earth, white birch tree, for me you are sacred Rus, but for the entire world you're a splinter. Basically saying that Russia is like my dearest, my beloved country, but for the entire world, we're like a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass for the entire world. Essentially, the meaning of the fucking song is also, I'm Russian in spite of the entire world. So, it's propaganda dog shit. So of course they're listening to it here. Sorry guys, I just need to rant about that song for a little bit. I fucking hate it. Это, блять, шароварная вот эта патриотщина ебучая, это ужас просто. Now also what happened during this event is that Shaman presented... Can he make one song that's not dick sucking Russia? Like, what is this, bro? Is there anything in your life other than Russia? I mean, kind of pot calling the kettle black here, but come on. So yeah, he presented a brand new song at this event, so this was inside, you know, huge PR action essentially for Shaman and for his new track. And also what's funny is that I've seen this video here of Shaman on stage. So he's playing Ya Ruski, he's having his moments, and as you can see, he's actually opening champagne. And he's about to pop it and, you know, pour it all over the stage and shit. He's the main character right now, guys. Ya Ruski! Yes, pop that champagne, Drake. Champagne poppy. Hell yeah, dog. So yeah, he's essentially popping champagne on stage, right? And then, I guess, pouring it into people's... He's pouring champagne into open mouths. It's like, you know, it's like a rap concert. He's got holes. He's got women throwing bras at him. He's like Chris Brown, basically, at this point, right? He's like spitting at people's mouths and shit. He's crowd jumping, they're doing mosh pits. He's pouring champagne down like women's open mouths like this, and they're like, yes, daddy. Shit is crazy, kinky and wild in at Shaman's concerts, guys. You shouldn't go there. Honestly, I'm writing a fucking letter to the government right now saying that he's not promoting traditional values. I mean, guys, here's the thing. In Russia recently, we had that inside story about the naked party, right? That I've talked about for like thousands of ages. I've made like 5 videos about it. A ton of Russian celebrities got cancelled and got their entire careers almost destroyed or destroyed fully because they wore some zesty clothing at a private party, right? And right now in Russia, actually, people who try to dress not too modestly on stage actually getting criticized. Like, Russia's going super sort of reactionary and conservative, right? So Shaman is like popping champagne in public and pouring it into the mouths of, you know, middle-aged women who, who else is in the first row at Shaman concerts, right? Like, is this really appropriate? You know what I'm saying? Is this, like, there's children there probably. Is this like traditional values? Is this, you know, is this not degenerate? I mean, where does... Let's take a look. And he's doing it. At the bottle. Hell yeah, dog. Hell yeah. I mean, I'm not a bore. I like alcohol. I don't think there's anything wrong with this, but once again, how traditional and like conservative is this? I don't know, guys. I don't know. I mean, if I was Shaman, I would watch out for what I'm doing on stage because, again, he's sanctioned now, so he has no way to go back. He has no way to change his mind if Russia no longer likes him. So, he might be flying too close to the sun over there, mate.
Родные, я чувствую и вижу вашу поддержку. Я восхищен вашей смелостью.
He's clearly drunk, by the way. He's clearly drunk. He's like... Wow. Yes, our most conservative traditional singer.
Никто и никогда не запретит наши песни. Сейчас мы их вместе споем. Устроим премьеру моей новой песни и клипа, который называется «Душа нараспашку». Его увидит весь мир. Еду к вам с победой.
He's so corny, bro. I swear to God.
Меня не сломать, и все потому что я русский, я иду до конца.
Well, you see, guys, once again, and after this, you know, they say that Russian people don't protest. What are you guys talking about? There you go. We Russian people are really, really happy and glad to protest the crackdown on the freedom of speech and the destruction of human rights in the United States of America. It's terrible what is happening over there. I cannot believe that you Americans are putting up with this. Here's a few people with the, once again, the art must be free. Freedom of speech does not choose countries. What are you talking about? Nightmare blunt rotation right here. Какую-то хуйню со всемайки.ру, пиздец. I mean, look, once again, I've already expressed that this entire event is basically a psyop that is also there to show this like omnipresent support of Z ideology or whatever. And I've seen people actually post this saying, look, like, these are the Russians you are saying that are actually anti-war out there, you know, supporting Putin and everything. Look, these are fucking, it's a psyop, okay? However, once again, I'm not gonna pretend like there's not a shit ton of Z people in Russia. And at this point, look, I don't even give a fuck about, like, if Russian people, like, have to redeem themselves or are irredeemable or redeemable. I'm just answering for myself. Honestly, when I look at this shit, I don't care. I don't care. Like, good for them, you know? They're like, whatever. They're happy about things are going. It's a little joke for them. It's a little laugh. Sure. Have fun. Have fun. I'm having fun with my life, you know? I'm doing things every day. You do you, guys. Sure. I don't give a fuck about it at this point. It's just that, at the end of the day, it is still very funny to me that this is something that has actually happened. And it's essentially a governmental concert, but that is done with the aesthetic and the kind of, it's almost inspired by what Navalny and his, like, team were doing in the kind of protest Navalny was organizing in Russia. It's kind of like almost a sick mockery of, like, actual Russian opposition and actual protests in Russia that have always been, you know, met with huge police violence and arrests and everything. Yeah, what can I say? It's sad, but Shaman is a funny character for sure. Morally depraved, you know, terrible person, of course, who I hope gets some karma from Jojo Siwa. Karma's a bitch. But yeah, you know, guys, I'm here to provide you entertainment, so what can I say? Very entertaining, very sad. I really don't like what my country is turning into, but at this point, I feel like it's too late to change everything, and these people are like, they've essentially accepted their fate, let's be honest. So sure, whatever, let's ironically protest for Shaman as people are being murdered every day on both sides and thousands are rotting in prison. Sure, it's funny. Russians love sarcasm overall and, you know, making fun of things. Let's keep doing that for maybe 500 more years. Let's see where that takes us. Anyway, guys, I don't know why I got so fucking pissed at the end of this video. Liberachu porvalo. I hope you guys enjoyed this video though. I hope you enjoyed this little, look at the wildlife, I guess. I hope you enjoyed the insights to the Shaman process that was just thrown in Russia. And once again, I'm really happy that now Russia has a brand new opposition leader. Shaman is definitely, he looks like the man that is cut out for the job. He's got a strong aesthetic going too. Strong aesthetic that, you know, feels like a lot of Russians would appreciate these days. So what can I say? God bless, Godspeed, and just could not be me, you know, could not be me. That's, you know, all that I'm gonna say here. But yes, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy it, then please make sure to slap the like on it. And as well, if you guys would like to support me additionally, then you can go over to the link down in the description and become a YouTube member. It is basically like YouTube's own version of Patreon. It's a monthly donation, it's the best way to support me. Or you can also do a super thanks underneath this video. Or buy my Gopnik plushie. And yeah guys, I guess that is going to be pretty much it for today's video. I need to end this because I'm sweating and dying, it's so hot. I think you guys probably can relate right now, this summer is insane. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.